At the time of the great destruction of earth, God caused a dragon from out of heaven to come and encompass her about. The dragon was frightful to behold.
Alright, so now if you take a look at this, this is a dragon head. What kind of coincidence do you think this whole thing's a dragon's head? Right eye, left eye's over here, that's the brow coming down its nose, the mouth down here at Wuhan. Anyway, the crown up here, its head. What are the chances of the Kolbrin Bible talking about these dragons and then falling to the earth and enlarging the land? And then we see them here. What are the chances of that happening? You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know if I'm going to put this part at the front or put the part that I'm playing behind this. So I'm not trying to put this video together. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. But you have this dragon here. You know, you got the Moroccan dragon, the one that Roger Spurs shows over and over again. And the fish. Right here. You've all seen that with the fish and the dragon there. And you've seen the one in North America over here. This one here, its head, its neck, the rest of its body here. The feathers back here on its back. The fluting, you know what I'm saying? What's the chances, think about this, what are the chances of the Kolbrin Bible talking about that? And you're going to hear the audio of it. What are the chances of that actually being true? And then we look on Google Earth and voila, everything's made of dragons. And there's one of the big dragons. That could have been one of them that speaks about that the Lord cut up with a sword and chunked in pieces and fell to earth on these other little monsters or whatever, right? So, okay.
The destruction and recreation. It is known, and the story comes down from ancient times, that there was not one creation, but two, a creation and a recreation. It is a fact known to the wise that the earth was utterly destroyed once, then reborn on a second wheel of creation. At the time of the great destruction of earth, God caused a dragon from out of heaven to come and encompass her about. The dragon was frightful to behold. It lashed its tail, it breathed out fire and hot coals, and a great catastrophe was inflicted upon mankind. The body of the dragon was wreathed in a cold bright light, and beneath, on the belly, was a ruddy hued glow, while behind it trailed a flowing tail of smoke. It spewed out cinders and hot stones, and its breath was foul and stenchful, poisoning the nostrils of men. Its passage caused great thunderings and lightnings to rend the thick darkened sky, all heaven and earth being made hot. The seas were loosened from their cradles and rose up, pouring across the land. There was an awful, shrilling, trumpeting, which outpowered even the howling of the unleashed winds. Men, stricken with terror, went mad at the awful sight in the heavens. They were loosed from their senses and dashed about, crazed, not knowing what they did. The breath was sucked from their bodies, and they were burned with a strange ash. Then it passed, leaving earth enwrapped within a dark and glowering mantle which was ruddily lit up inside. The bowels of the earth were torn open in great writhing upheavals, and a howling whirlwind rent the mountains apart. The wrath of the sky monster was loosed in the heavens. It lashed about in flaming fury, roaring like 1,000 thunders. It poured down fiery destruction amid a welter of thick black blood. So awesome was the fearfully aspect thing that the memory mercifully departed from man. His thoughts were smothered under a cloud of forgetfulness. The earth vomited forth great gusts of foul breath from awful mouths opening up, in the midst of the land. The evil breath bit at the throat. Before it drove men mad and killed them. Those who did not die in this manner were smothered under a cloud of red dust and ashes, or were swallowed by the yawning mouths of earth, or crushed beneath crashing rocks. The first sky monster was joined by another, which swallowed the tail of the one going before. But the two could not be seen at once. The sky monster reigned and raged above earth, doing battle to possess it. But the many-bladed sword of God cut them in pieces, and their falling bodies enlarged the land and the sea. In this manner the first earth was destroyed, by calamity descending from out of the skies. The vaults of heaven had opened, to bring forth monsters more fearsome than any that ever haunted the uneasy dreams of men. Men and their dwelling places were gone. Only sky boulders and red earth remained where once they were. But amidst all the desolation, a few survived. For man is not easily destroyed. They crept out from caves and came down from the mountainsides. Their eyes were wild, and their limbs trembled. Their bodies shook, and their tongues lacked control.
Okay, so what you see here is a dragon's head. Earth is formed out of these dragons, or these body parts. I've showed a lot of my mud fossil stuff. Roger Spur has, showing where things aren't actually geological, they're biological. And then, so what do you think the chances of this stuff we're seeing on Earth, and then the Kolbrin Bible speaking of this stuff that fell to Earth and enlarged the land masses?